They called me and said, yo, you want to come do the match? I said, of course, I love it. And my game was just not right.
I didn't take bro for the excuse type. I'm glad that we got to see. I'm glad we got to see that up close.
I feel like, oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Just speaking about the future and getting excited about what we're doing at Howard, something about my golf swing just gets a little bit more fluid.
Oh yeah, that worked. That didn't work for me though. I tried to jump in on the momentum. It wasn't the. That's your thing.
I'll call us. We've been chilling for 2 years.
You've been chilling, my boy. Been chilling.
Yeah.
Hey yo, so check this out. Welcome to Range Talk, where I pull up on some of the dopest people in sports and entertainment at the driving range, and we have some real conversations about the game and life. And I usually ask something about money because a lot of these people have a lot more than I do, and closed mouths don't get fed. You know what I mean? You got to keep hustling. But episode 1, we came out swinging. Today we got the big homie Chef Curry on the show. Y'all probably asking, yo, how in the hell did you get Steph on the first episode of this? And to that I say, stop asking those types of questions, you know, and stop being a hater in general, questioning my progress, probably the reason you still so trash at golf right now. You know what I mean? You need to get some of that hate up off your heart, you know. But today we talked to Mr. Curry about his golf life, his approach to excellence in sports, and some of the things he's gonna be changing in the game, you know. We also got to watch him stripe the ball because the boy got game. You know, I had to see if the hype was real, and it was. It left me feeling very insecure about myself. But never mind that. Y'all just sit back and relax, and welcome to Range Talk.
My boy, what's good
What
with
up,
you,
Raj?
man? What's good with you?
Great to see you, boss.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You trying to come get this work? Is that what you out here?
No, I just want to see this work. I want to see it firsthand, you know? So look, man, we out here on the range.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, obviously, like, we out here getting prepared for something or working on something. You known for how you get ready for your games. You know, it's all over the internet, the highlights of you doing your drills and stuff, you know. But how do you approach preparedness on the golf course? Like when you come to the range, how you getting ready?
I'm just trying to get confidence. And for me, like I'll call myself a good amateur. Like I got game, but it's sometimes inconsistent depending on how much I'm playing.
Right.
All I'm really trying to do is just get confidence with, you know, some flush swings, and sometimes that means, you know, taking some like 75% swings, just feeling like I know what I'm doing, know how the ball's flying, slowly building up that confidence. And then if I got a little bit of time, you just try to like hit some shots.
Yeah.
Because the same way I practice basketball, like I can work on mechanics and I can do all the fundamental stuff, which you need to do to keep yourself sharp. But at a certain point, you gotta do game-like situations. And so, like if I go on the basketball court and I want to, you know, work on a corner three because I know that's how it's gonna happen in the game, and footwork and all that. Same thing out here. I want to know what it's like to hit, you know, an 8-iron and make it go this way, because you might have to do it on the course, or hit a 6-iron low, or do something like that. Because I feel like I kind of know how to do it, but you just want to kind of challenge yourself and then see what happens. So.
But you know, you seem like a real cerebral type person to me. Like, talk to me about mentally, thought processes that you giving yourself pre-round, pre-game. Like how you talk to yourself in your head when you get ready to do that work, you know what I mean?
Well, first off, for me, you're right, like it starts in between the ears, and part of that is reminding myself to have fun with everything that I do. Because there's a lot of, like, you know, in those pressure situations, and especially at the level that we're playing at, you can kind of psych yourself out and almost take yourself too seriously. And for me, like, I want to stay away from that. And that's for me, just having fun. So, like, I'll tell myself to just smile, or I'll laugh at a joke that maybe not as funny, or something like that from a teammate, or something just to keep it light and keep it fun.
Right.
And then I try to bring that energy and joy to, you know, what I do on the floor. That's first and foremost, because when that gets away from me, then I'm not myself.
Right.
And that's just not a good recipe for success for me. So I try to remind myself to have fun, and that's just like the mental voice inside of you, like, hey, like, be appreciative of what's happening right here. Like, you know, take a couple deep breaths, take in the surroundings of the arena, all that type of stuff, and just, you know, be grateful that you're here, and then the joy comes back, and then, you know, good things start to flow from there. So.
Yo, you watched that Last Dance documentary?
I watched The Last Dance. I had to watch The Last Dance because my head coach, Steve Kerr, was in it.
Yeah.
And so I had to make sure I knew his story as well as Jordan's and that whole dynasty. I know you from Chicago. I know, like, That's your team, right?
It's it is. And the reason I want to bring that up is because like you know, a lot of parallels. You stand with the same organization as long as just something that I always admired about you. You seem like a loyal dude. Now I don't know if that's just because you're in a great situation or if that's just like a part of your makeup. Are you a loyal person?
Yeah.
But regardless of the case, I've seen greatness from Mike and I've seen greatness from you. And it just seemed like you bring a completely different energy to like your team and how you motivate people and compel people to perform their best. And is that kind of some of the things you carry over with that, making sure you having fun, making sure the team having fun? Is that like an energy you protect with everybody?
It has to be, because it is contagious and people feed off of that. And as a leader, like, you saw how Jordan was. He was, talking trash to his teammates, trying to dig at him, do little stuff that he felt like would motivate him to be, get outside their comfort zone and match his level. Look at Kobe, you look at other great guys, especially guys that work with an organization for a long time that set the culture. A lot of different ways to do it. For me, it's by like the example. I'm not the most boisterous, walk in the locker room, like getting in people's face type of vibe. I have that in me, but mainly it's about like the consistency of how I show up every day, how I work. Like you said, that joy that you bring to practice, to games, to the locker room, all that type of stuff. And that sets the culture of how we do things and how much we enjoy not just individual success, but it's also that I truly value everybody that is in the locker room. Like, I know they all have something to do with me winning, with our team winning, and that is that's a key.
It's effective, dog. Whatever you're doing is effective, man. So look, I've been following you on social.
That little wedge right there, that was nice.
I ain't gonna take no money from me, but it's pretty. It's pretty. But I've been following you on social, and I see you doing, man, a lot with Underrated, man.
Yes, sir.
Like, you going all around the country. These kids you highlighting, these stories that you help tell, this confidence you building. It's something that's so necessary, and it's something that's obviously unique to you based on how you found success.
Yep.
But it's something that everybody can relate to, right? We all underrated in some capacity. But talk to me about like when you recognized that you were underrated and then what switched, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it had to be some moment where you were like, oh, no. They're not gonna do your boy like this, you know what I mean? They ain't gonna do me like this, you know?
Well, I kind of knew I was underrated from the jump just because when I started playing AAU basketball when I was 9, and I played up on the 10 and under team, and when I tell you, like, I was the smallest dude on the court, like I was scrawny, skinny, short, but I knew I could shoot, right? So I knew I belonged out there in my own head.
Right.
But I didn't pass the eye test at that point, and I heard it. It wasn't just my own, I heard it. Regardless of who my dad was, like, I couldn't avoid that. So then that kind of carried me all the way through high school because I was still always the smallest kid on my team. And I hit a little growth spurt when I got to college, but I always kept that in my DNA. I had to earn everything I got. I had to outwork people. I had to outsmart people on the court because I couldn't just physically dominate you and do little stuff like that. And then when I got to college, it slowly started to change because not only was I felt like I was underrated as a player, Davidson, I felt like, we were a small Division I school. Nobody really knew about us. We were in a small conference. I felt like our team was underrated too. And we started to play against some of the, the power conferences, the best, the Dukes, the Carolinas, the UCLAs and all that. And that's when I started to really understand, I do belong out here. And I really have earned that confidence because, of my work ethic and the things I put into my game. And so you can have that thought, but then you gotta go out and prove it.
Right.
And so, as I've had success and I've climbed the ladder and made it to the NBA and now going in my 13th year, like, it's hard to balance, like, the success and being at the top and trying to maintain that. But underneath, I've always kept that DNA with me.
Right.
Like, and I never feel confident, and I shouldn't say confident, I never feel secure. Because I always feel like, I still have to, put that work in, keep doubling down, and that's always going to be a part of just who I am.
So you feel like you got a chip on your shoulder pretty much at all times?
100%. And that's partly because, I did grow up in the game. Like, my dad played 16 years in the NBA. And so there was this almost preconceived notion that this is what I was supposed to do.
Right.
Like, it was kind of a paved way for me.
Right.
But, from 9 years old to, when I got drafted, you know, it was not that seamless of a process or a journey. And so I always felt like, you know, I had to really go continue to prove myself over and over and over again. And it wasn't more like the chip can be motivating to yourself or more internal than it is like, I'm gonna prove you wrong, I'm gonna prove you wrong. It's not like that. It's like I got a chip to prove to myself that I know I'm talented and I know I've been given a God-given skill, but it's just what the journey was never that easy. So everything that I do, and that's where the appreciation and gratitude comes from too, because at any moment, you know, the game can be taken away.
Right.
So
that's real.
So stay in the moment for sure.
Cause you know, I'm watching you play, dog, and it's like, you know, you chilling and it look like you having fun. I see all of that, but I do see like this like sociopathic, like killer look in your eyes sometimes, and it scared me a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, this boy going some places mentally. You know what I mean? But I just, yeah. But I know, like, I see, you know, I see so much like greatness and how you approach the game. And I just feel like it's a different type of greatness than we get to see from other athletes, right? It's not all in your face. It's just like, you know, I'm working on things internally and then they manifest in themselves, you know what I mean, on the court.
That's a great read.
That's a great read?
That's like you down here looking at the 30-foot putt. You like, that's a great read right there.
Yo, so I might have a future. Like, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how to place myself in the world, but you know, that comment from you mean a lot, dog.
Nah, it's like I got a killer instinct.
Yeah.
I know I have a killer instinct, but it does come with the smile and the goofy, uncoordinated celebrations and the like the little kid kind of mentality out there, because I am just having fun. But
exactly.
One of my greatest compliments I got was from Kobe, and he said that in an interview. Somebody asked him about me, and he mentioned like the killer behind the smile, and to me, like, that was like the biggest compliment I got, because to your point, like, I have such confidence in myself and the reason I'm at this level and doing what I'm doing, but I am trying to like go at your throat on the court, and like I take certain things personally. I love certain matchups and all that type of stuff. And the funniest one was last year. Right at the beginning of the season, there was all this talk about our run was done and I was done and I needed help and all that type of stuff. And then that Portland game happened at 62. Like, those little things, I've never really like bragged, but those things are like, I have fun with it when I can continue to like prove that I got it.
Yeah.
So I was out there just smiling, cheesing, doing all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But as the killer instinct that was coming out, because I do love what I get to do.
I feel like it hurt more. Like if somebody was talking crazy to me, it'd be like, yeah, whatever. But this dude he serving me like this and having fun, dog. Like, don't enjoy that. You know what I mean? Don't enjoy it like that. The level of disrespect, that's just new levels right there.
That's my favorite thing too, because I can give it, but I can also take it.
You can take it. Yeah.
Like CP when he did the shimmy on me.
Yeah.
I laughed at that too, because I was like, that was dope.
All right, bro. I see. I would have did that too, low-key. Obviously, that's why you did it, because I would have did it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can take it too.
Let me see you hit some irons, dog.
All right, let me get. I told you this. I feel like it's the best part of my game. Let me hit some irons and turn it up one time.
Let me see you turn it up real quick, man. We hear a lot about your game. You know, me seeing it in person is just, you know, I'm a vouch for the boy.
Yeah,
I'm a vouch for him. Yeah, it's
talk to him.
It's the real deal.
Yeah,
it's the real deal.
They caught me getting swindled by Phil Mickelson in the match, because I was just coming off the season.
Yeah.
You know, I had 3 kids.
Yeah.
You know, I was still like working out on the court. And the next thing they called me and said, yo, you want to come do the match? And I said, of course, I love it. And my game was just not right.
I didn't take bro for the excuse type. I'm glad that we got to see. I'm glad we got to see that up close. Hey, he human, y'all. It's a human we dealing with right here. I say a lot of those things. Sometimes I claim other people's kids, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You got stuff to do. I got, nephews and nieces.
So, I mean, and bringing it back to golf a little bit, you bring some of that same energy to the sport. Like, is that same confidence? Is that same, like ways to put chips on your shoulders, ways to tap into your greatness? Do you find that there's parallels between how you approach that on the course and then on the court?
For sure. I feel like that's why I think I fell in love with the game so early. It's just the competitive nature of golf. It's with yourself,
right,
first and foremost. Like,
right.
You're always trying to get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And then no matter what group you find yourself in, I don't play that many tournaments, but just your casual rounds, like, I love to, you ain't gotta play for a lot of money, but or any money, you just like to compete.
You got enough to put on the line too, you know what I mean? You looking real appetizing to somebody like me right now, dog.
It's just a matter of like that journey, like trying to figure out how good can you actually be.
Right.
And
right.
then we know how humbling this sport is.
Right.
As soon as you feel like you got it.
Basketball don't
wake
take
up
you
the
this
next
low,
day.
do it?
No.
Basketball don't take you this low.
Because at least in basketball, like, I feel like no matter what it is, I feel like I'm the same. But I just had an off night, or somebody just played a little bit better. So in golf, you can literally walk out here and I have no idea what I'm doing.
It make you question your whole existence, dog. My whole existence, like, who am I?
That's the best part about it, though, because then as soon as you find it, like they say, golf keeps you coming back.
Yeah.
I had the worst round of my life, and for some reason I'm gonna make like a miraculous up and down for par on 18 and walk off like, yeah. I did
Yeah, you forget all of the other trashiness that just presented itself.
Provides opportunity for amnesia.
So real quick, so man, talk to me about the stuff that you got going on with Howard, man. You made a sizable, investment in not just resources, but energy to the program. And, first of all, I want to commend you for that because it means a lot to see athletes such as yourself stepping up and doing those types of things to move the game forward for certain communities. But talk to me about, like, what's your goal when we think about, like, an end goal for all of this, like, what do you want to see fundamentally change about the game?
I feel like
That was strike, though.
I was.
Yeah.
I was. I want to see more young kids getting excited about doing that right there.
Yeah.
No, I feel like
That's gonna take y'all a while though, kids. So don't rush. Don't rush.
Be patient. Be patient. Now I feel like there's one. I just want to share the message about how much golf has taught me about myself. How many amazing people it's introduced me to, and just opportunities. But also, like, we need more representation in the game. And that's not just at the at the professional level, that's all the way through the pipeline. And that comes with the right resources, the right attention, the right coaching, the right equipment, all those things that matter in terms of enjoying this game at its purest form. That should be accessible to everybody.
Right.
And for me, coming from, started out playing golf when I was 10, but I'm not a professional. But I come from basketball, and I feel like it's a different voice of validating how much fun this game is, first and foremost. But then you look at how big the world of golf is and the business of golf. There's so much opportunity, not just playing professionally. We'd love to get, more minorities on the professional tours and playing at the highest level. That's always a goal. But then you think about how many opportunities there are in the world of golf around the world. Right. Exposing kids to that. It matters. And so I'm trying to find any way to create that awareness, to get more people, to participate in changing the culture of the game. Right. Making the game more fun for everybody. Right. And it's a it's a marathon. We know that. Exactly. It's going to take a long time, but I want to be a part of that mission because there's so many people doing some amazing things to kind of change the conversation around golf. Exactly. That's the reason we're here on this range, and so like that to me, it matters. I want to be a part of that. Yeah, and so like, and that's huge. That's same for me, man. Like, golf has just opened up so many doors, and it don't really have nothing to do with me trying to be on tour or anything. Like, it's just genuinely a byproduct of loving this game. Straight up. Like, it's just like, I love this game, and this is how it pays me back. It dogged me sometimes, it dogged me sometimes, but the game just keeps paying me back with relationships, opportunities, and that's huge. But like, the question is that I would have to ask is, if you could just snap your fingers and everybody that you wanted to, all the levers you wanted to pull were pulled, all of the resources that were allocated, like, what would golf look like for you? You know what I mean? Because I just feel like you stepping up and doing what you're doing, that's a huge step. But there's more people that need to digest like what you're doing and what the opportunity is faster, so we can move with a little bit of, keep the momentum going. It's okay for things to change. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But like, what would that look like? You made a huge contribution. Who else could step up? How should they step up? I just feel like there's individuals, there's like the way Callaway has supported this, there's companies, there's people with access to resources and platforms that would just join that conversation. And there's no like one streamlined way to do it, but we were talking about just inviting people to the game, inviting people to open up their world and to think, have a refresh of how they think about, just the history of this game, because this is a rich history in golf. Yeah. But we also know that it's been secluded and been there's a lot of barriers that people have had to fight through to just allow us to be able to play golf.
Exactly.
And to be able to walk around and be accepted at certain clubs and
Exactly.
be able to do those type of things. So I think it's about just equaling the playing field, and that's men and women.
Yeah.
Equaling the playing field on just changing the culture of the game, and also respecting the history of what it is. So I think that's something that I don't know how to boil it down to one headline, but it's just inviting people to join in this conversation, because golf is such a unifying sport and a space for different people from different walks of life to come together and have fun doing something that we all can try.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And it should not be. It should be accessible to everybody.
Exactly. So give me some of your predictions for you making this investment in the Howard. What you think that team about to look like?
I feel like, oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Every
God.
time I start just speaking about the future and getting excited about what we're doing at Howard, something about my golf swing just gets a little bit more fluid.
Oh yeah, that worked. that didn't work for me though. I tried to jump in on the momentum. It wasn't that's your thing.
That's my.
It's important that we understand that
I gotta ask you the questions next, and then you give me the spiel, and then I feel like for Howard, it is crazy to think about. 2 years ago, I was at campus on something totally different than a golf conversation, and I ran into a student named Otis Ferguson IV who breathes life into this idea. Literally 2 years later, we have one of the greatest head coaches in the game right now, Coach Sam Perrier. We have national champ and Greg Odom Jr. We have an amazing schedule coming up this year to get the kids out on the right platform to play the game. Like, how much has happened in this short time span is only even more motivating and encouraging of what the future looks like. So Coach talks a big game, and I believe it. Like, having a national championship Howard University golf team, like that's real. That's the mission.
Right.
Creating the template of what this looks like to support a golf team like this across other HBCUs, across other universities across the country. Like, that's something.
Right.
Obviously, we want all the best talent at Howard.
Exactly. Y'all heard that?
I mean? Yeah, if you want to play golf at the highest level, come on down to Northwest DC. We'll be right there.
Should J.R. Smith slide down there too? Like, you think?
Yeah.
Y'all got room for him on the roster? I'm just saying. It seems like,
we might go for a trade. You know what I'm saying? He's used to that. So we could figure out how to really provide a first-class experience for these kids too. And that's something that it's about excelling on the course. It's about investing in these kids' future and professional aspirations. But then the network that we have access to, the platform that Howard has for years, for decades, but what this golf program can mean, this is something that could really change individual kids' lives.
100%.
And that's dope to be a part of. Like, I don't even know how else to say it. Like, it's freaking.
You said it perfect.
I'm trying to explain it and make sure people understand what we're really trying to do.
Yeah.
But that's just amazing to think, like, maybe 10 years from now, looking back, have a couple banners, have a couple kids on tour.
Off of this little small,
this moment. It's absolutely insane, and that's a mission we on.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go, but real quick, Iggy back. Just trying to figure out what's the future for the Warriors looking like.
I mean,
what's up? Tell me something good though. Tell me something juicy though. Tell me some juicy anticipation. Yeah, what's up? What y'all about to do?
So we got our guy Andre back. We got Clay coming back from injury.
Yeah.
We've been chilling for 2 years.
You've been chilling, my boy been chilling. He been chilling for yeah.
So we trying to get back to the to where we're used to, where we belong. Obviously, knowing I get to be sign up for another 5 years and
congrats on that too, dog.
I appreciate it, bro.
Congrats
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
You a loyal dude.
Get to stay home and be on this mission. Like, I'm excited about it. We showed promise last year. We had a lot of young guys, a lot of new guys, but having our core, understanding what the league is looking like. You see that smile, the killer instinct under the smile?
That's that sociopath right there. That's that sociopath right there.
I'm excited to get back out there, man. And we know how much the whole world, but the Bay, we haven't had fans in our arena in a long time.
Right.
Like, just to be back in that atmosphere, I'm excited about it, bro. So same banners that Howard wants to raise, we want to do our own.
Y'all gonna keep raising.
Yeah, we want to keep raising. Get back to that, that level.
Let me see you hit one more and we get up out of here.
It's about to be the best one of these. Oh, the day right there.
The hype, believe the hype. Believe the hype. That's all. Believe the hype. It's real, my boy.
I appreciate it.
Good spending time with you, dog.
Absolutely.
And remember, you know, like all of this stuff, you see the cameras around, like none of this is free. So like, you know, while you contributing to Howard, like if you want to slide me something, I got a foundation, a personal one.
Yeah, personal one.
And you could, I see.
Is that 501c3? Is that just?
Yeah, I got a lot of numbers for it. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, you could just go ahead and I'll see you bank if I talk to your people.
Yeah, just send me an email. Yeah, let me know.
You gonna read it?
I ain't gonna leave you on red, bro.
All right.
That's Range Talk. Episode 1 in the books. Might be the best first episode of a finesse piece of content in the history of finesse pieces of content. You know what I mean? What did we really learn today, though? Yes, Steph hits the ball like a tour player. So what? He better at 2 sports than I am at 1. So what? Not important. My biggest takeaway was, don't take yourself too serious. And make sure you're having fun at all times, even in the heat of battle. Because there's nothing more scary and psychopathic than being the killer behind a smile. You know, why you think It was so scary? Or like the Scream Mask, or that dude from V from Vendetta. You know what I mean? I also gained a lot more respect for somebody that's already a legend in my book. From his underrated story to his underrated tour to his huge support of the Howard Golf program. It's legit insane to see one of the most talented people in history still make time to make sure he shapes history beyond himself. And y'all keep up with the Howard Golf team too. We got some real big hopes for them. And lastly, we learned that Steph is a bit timid when solicited for donations to personal charities that impact my livelihood. You know, it was a little bit of a turnoff, but nobody's perfect. This has been Range Talk. I'm your host, the realest in the game, Roger Steele. And yo, shout out to Callaway for letting this happen. You potentially won't regret this.